Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, they actually had the Jangalang in there, man. Old Wayne, his name, I think his real name was Wayne, and Wayne was, they called him Jangalang, and I'm talking about, this was, yeah, I believe this was even before the Life movie. I think this was way before the Life movie, because I think I first met Jangalang in like 93 or 94. I'm not sure what year the movie came out. I don't know. Life might have been first, I don't know, but I do know they called him Jangalang, and he act just like Jangalang. You know, far as like, all he was trying to do was freak with somebody, you know, and especially them white boys, he be trying to freak with them, he be trying to be nice to them, and you know, he'd be laughing all the time. Every time he talk, he giggling and laughing, and he had this slick old, like, hairdo like back in the 60s and stuff, man, like Smokey Robinson hair was with the process and all that, but he had real wavy hair, so he used to put grease and stuff in it, be slicked all up and waved all up, and he always laughing. Yeah, what's going on? But when he talking to you, he looking you up and down and looking all at you, you know what I'm saying? That's how he doing it. If you go to dap him up, shake his hand or something, he try to hold on your hand, caress your hand, you be having this, man, what you doing, man? Yeah, nah, I'm just playing, you ain't playing, you cut that foolishness out. You got to check him, you know. I remember Jay Williams was talking about the same thing, he had to check him. You got to check Jangalang because he gonna try something or say something or be looking at you funny, whereas you got to, boom, you got to check him off the rip to let him know, look, not right here, bro. Not right here. You know, if you don't check him, he gonna keep coming. And I'm talking about, this was a real life Jangalang with the name Jangalang. Yeah, and he tries his shot at anything. All he do is just walk around smiling, giggling, looking, and every time you go into the gym or you go on the boulevard or go on the yard, if you see him, guarantee he was up in some little white dude face or some little young dude face. He like them young dudes. He be in some of the one of them face, laughing, giggling, trying to touch all on them, rub all on them, and yeah, talk. But all the time, his whole angle is something freaky. You know what I'm saying? That's what he trying to do. That's how he did his time. Now I'm assuming that's how he was when he came in, or whether somebody did something to him, I don't know. But he seemed like he liked it too much for somebody to have made him like that. I think that's how he was. But Jangalang. Yeah, they got him in there, man. And but like I say, the HOPPIN bars, man, those were they were everywhere. You almost can guarantee you won't have one of them on every camp. And more likely probably a Jangalang too. But you definitely gonna have a HOPPIN bob on every camp, man. And some of them, like I say, they gonna get to the position where they got so much power that they ain't to be messed with. They ain't to be played with. And then, like I say, you get some of them that turn, man. You know, and it be sad because you got some killers, man, that they done did things, and I'm talking about real life killers by definition, you know, out the penitentiary and in the penitentiary. But when they done been locked up so long now and time has changed so much and they see the shifting of what's going on, and then they get into that because they be trying to find their way out of the penitentiary. They be trying to, you know, con their way out of the penitentiary. They be trying to finesse their way out of the penitentiary. And in doing that, they lose the character of who they are, and they start breaking the principles that they once lived by, the principles that they once was willing to die by, the principles that they once killed for. Now they doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I.e. this dude, man, everybody in the penitentiary that was locked up a long time probably know this dude named Johnny Nelson, man. I probably mentioned his name in videos before because of the simple fact that he just well known in the system, man. Real short dude, real built, man. He used to be on the weightlifting team back in the day, man. I told y'all he used to wear all them old tight clothes. You know, little short dude, man, probably about 5'6", but he was big and strong as a bull. And he had one of them big old long goatees, man. It came way down here. And he walked like an old, you know, muscle dude, all big and whatnot. And he was smart, man. I'm probably one of the sharpest dudes, like far as book smart intellect that I probably ran across. He was one of the best chess players in prison. You know, that's the dude I mentioned before, say he'll set up 4 or 5 boards and play 4 or 5 people at a time, making one move at each table at a time, back and forth. And if anybody win, he pay everybody. He bet them all, you know, and that's just how good he was, you know, with his intellect. And heard he used to work on diesel engines and, you know, do stuff like that. And he actually, I don't want to say for sure, but I'm kind of sure, but you know, I don't know how this thing go, but he actually was locked up for a long time before and actually had a murder on the inside of prison. And still was fortunate enough to get out after 20-something years. And wasn't even out on the street for a couple of years and came back with another life sentence. But he was known. You know, like I say, on Mecklenburg, I was on Mecklenburg with him. And anybody who was on Mecklenburg with him, Derek S., you definitely got to know him. Man, this man was getting so much money on Mecklenburg, man. You know, like I spoke in another video, say like he had mortal locks. And what I mean by that was every piece of money that was coming in on their own Mecklenburg, in one way or another, Johnny Nelson had his hands in it. He had his hands in it. Be it if it was drugs, being if it was gambling, being if it was selling stuff, being if it was wine, being if it was poker. Johnny Nelson had his hand in it, man. He just was a flat out hustler, you know, and he was respected because, like I say, he had already put that work in, so dudes gonna pay him whatever they owe him. You know, he worked in the kitchen, he was the supervisor, he'd get you high, he'd get you fired. You know, he had all the cigarettes, all the food, run all the games, send somebody out there to run the games. He ran the parlay tickets. He just was a mover, a hustler, and a shaker, you know, and that's how he did his bit because he knew the system through and through, plus with his combined with his intellect, he was a force to be reckoned with, you know. He ain't had no real words in penitentiary, you know. But they say when he get out on the street, he can't function. You know, he can't function because if he could take and do that and run things the way he ran things in prison like an empire, you know, and to be able to get on the street and can't function and can't translate that over to the streets, whereas to, man, he had the brains to run a Fortune 500 company, you know, but I guess institutionalized when he can operate inside but cannot operate on the outside. I think when he got on the outside, it was within a couple of years he caught a bank robbery charge. And that's what brought him back to prison. You see what I'm saying? But when I ran into him again, because I met him before, and then when I ran into him when he came back, whole different guy, man. Whole different guy, man. I spoke on this, I believe, before too. I remember when I came back to Greensville, probably like in 2004, and I went into a lockup part, man, and they was on lockdown and everything, and doing a shakedown or whatnot, and all the police was moving around. I think the block had already been shook down when I moved in it. So, but we still on lock. We on what they call modified lock. They ain't opening the doors yet because they still got to shake down the rest of the institution. And ain't nobody moving around but COs. But here come Johnny Nelson walking in there with a clipboard and going to sales and, you know, getting information and doing this, that, and the third. And I remember looking out the window and seeing him. I'm like, what in the world is Johnny Nelson doing out there? And dude that was in the cell with me was like, oh, you talking about that dude that work out there? I said, yeah. I said, Johnny Nelson. He said, you know him? I said, yeah. He said, man, man, dude, police. I said, what? Because I'm shocked, because I'm like, man, Johnny Nelson kill you, man. You can't say that. You can't say that, young blood. But he was like, man, I'm telling you, man, that dude be out there. We be on lockdown. Man, that dude be coming around, you know, taking orders on what we eating, what diet we eating. He got an office upstairs by the council's office. I said, office? Man, that man got an office up there, man. That man got a key and everything. Can't nobody get in there with him. He got a computer in there and everything, man. I said, no, man, this can't be true. This can't be true. He was like, yeah, I'm telling you, man, ask somebody. Ask somebody. He said, man, the other day, Doing the shakedown, they locked the dude up, both of the dudes in the cell, and you know how the police supposed to go in the cell and pack up all the property. Johnny Nelson was in there packing up the people's property, man. He packed up all the property for him. I say, no, man, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, what I knew of him and what I knew him to be, this ain't fit his description. And I can remember, man, clear as day, they were serving food in the trays and whatnot, man. And we got the trays, and then when the trays over, it was garbage. I ain't even eat mine. I put it outside the slide, and it was on the slide for a long time. They ain't come get it. So when it's on the slide and you on lockdown, you can't even really see out the slide because the tray blocking. So I took the tray and dropped it on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Which you do on lockdowns. Man, I can remember Johnny Nelson coming around, looking in the cell, seeing me and everything, man. He was like, yo, man, how you doing? I'm like, what's up, man? Blah, blah, blah. We make our greetings and everything. And one of the first things that came out of his mouth was, hey, look, bud, this ain't the old days now, man. They doing things different, man. You can't be throwing the tray out here on the floor, man. The people, you know, they gonna keep y'all on lock longer and blah, blah, blah. So, you know, y'all gotta, you know, keep the trays until you come in, man. Tell the other fellas whatever. I'm like, what? You know, and I'm looking at the verbiage, y'all, opposed to us. He said y'all as if he a part of them. So, man, and then that stuff running in my head, what my seller had told me, and now I'm looking at Johnny kind of like, oh, man, no, Johnny, no, man. But it was crazy, man. And when we come off lock, you know, come to find out he do got an office. He do got a computer. He do got keys to get in there. This unheard of. This unheard. This a man is locked up. What is he doing with keys in the penitentiary, period? That's an oxymoron within itself. You see what I'm saying? This a man that done put that work in. This a man that was feared. This a man that will hurt you, you know, in the day and get money in the penitentiary to on another level. You know, and this is what time did to him. You know, and I heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, I just heard recently as well, he just made parole again and get ready to come home. Now, in their mind, he may be justified doing what he had to do to get back out because knowing that he'd have been out on a life sentence, came back, and he feel like he might not never get out again. He might have adapted that philosophy to work with the administration to do what he got to do just to make sure he see freedom again. And obviously it worked for him, but at what cost? You know, you lost a reputation that you built for decades. You know, you built for decades, man, and people respected you and had looked at you in high regard, and you know, you doing this, man, is like it changed the whole perception of you. You know, and that happened to a couple of dudes over the years that I seen, man, that had reputations, that end up doing some Bama stuff, man, or some out of pocket stuff, and it just changed everything. You know, but for those dudes like him who have put in so much work and have been there so long and have been around so long, it didn't make dudes like go at him on some, you know, because they still know that killer inside of him. You know what I'm saying? That has been proven. You see what I'm saying? So I guess they figured he figured he could get away with what he was doing because won't nobody really gonna come at him foul. Because not only now, the administration is on your side also too, and at the back of all of that, hey man, this dude a killer. You know what I'm saying? He's a killer, real life killer. So it's crazy, man. You know, this is the pressures that dudes be under in there. You know, and then after time, man, they just become institutionalized. They feel broken. They feel like, well, I got to get out of the penitentiary one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And this might be my only shot. You know, but it all comes down to who you are as an individual, man. How you feel about yourself, how you got to look at yourself in the mirror, how you gonna deal with situations when they come, you know, and you just got to put your feet in the sand, man, and say, man, there's certain things I'm not gonna do. No matter what it takes, no matter what the odds is, it's just certain things I'm not gonna do, period. You got to have a cutoff point. You got to have a breaking point for everything you do in life, man. You can't just be, okay, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to go with the wind. This what they doing there, so this what I'm doing. You know, it goes back to the old saying, man, if everybody jump off a bridge, you going to jump off? You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got to stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. You know, and the administration ain't going to never, to me, mean you no good because it's their livelihood. It's their job to keep you incarcerated. The longer you're incarcerated, the longer they employ. If no one was incarcerated, there wouldn't be no COs. There wouldn't be no who they gonna look over, who they gonna supervise, who they gonna boss around, who they gonna. It's no way. So it behooves them to keep you locked up. And most of those dudes that do that, they've been locked up so long, and they don't realize. To me, they don't realize when they working with the administration, they ain't got no incentive to let you go. You doing their job. You doing their job for them. You making their job that much easier for them. That's less work they got to do, less paperwork, less everything. So they ain't got no incentive to get you out of prison. None whatsoever. Because the longer you there, the easier their job is. The longer you there, the longer they stay employed. So they ain't got no incentive to let you go when you working with these people like that, man. And I don't know why dudes can't see that. I don't know why they can't understand that. To me, man, it was clear as day. Yeah, it was crystal clear to me, man, that, you know, no matter how much you help them, it was their job to keep you in there because it benefited them, you know. Which brings me to the cream de la creme of the HOPPIN BOBS, man. And I hate to speak ill about, you know, the dead, God rest his soul, but as also to me, and I think me and Jay Williams spoke about this as well. Shout out to Jay Williams, let's live life. Man, on Nottoway they had a dude named Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear, man, and Teddy Bear ran that institution. And when I tell you he ran that institution, I mean he ran that institution. I told y'all in a prison, man, you got the warden, the assistant warden, the major, the unit managers. That's the order. Unit managers, then the captains, lieutenants, sergeants, so on and so forth. Teddy Bear was right up there, man, with the majors and the wardens, man. Teddy Bear was literally right there with him. He had been on that institution for over 20-some years, I believe. And I'm talking about he did everything. He had his own cell. He could go and come as he pleased, regardless of lockdown, regardless of count time. Teddy Bear would get counted over there in the administration when they doing count. Teddy Bear had an office in the administration building. When I tell you an office in the administration building, I'm talking about the warden's office, assistant warden's office, major office, counselor's office, Teddy Bear's office. Keys, fax machine, computers, paperwork he dealing with. Teddy Bear get you moved. Teddy Bear can get you transferred. Man, unbelievable. Unbelievable the power that he had on this institution. And to my understanding too, he had turned down parole a couple of times or didn't even go, refused to go because he wasn't even pressed about going home. And I think he ended up doing 40-some years. He wasn't even pressed about leaving because in his mind, and probably truthfully so, he wouldn't have no power nowhere else on the street the way he had at that institution. The way he had at that institution. It was known, man. The older dude, and I think he was from out close to my way, like, you know, the DMV. He was from like Maryland or something. And man, I'm talking about he had pure power on there. It won't no need to argue with him. It won't no need to have no beef with him. It won't no need to try to call him no snitch. Won't no need to try to call him hot. Won't no need to try to put your hands on him. All that can get you crucified on there. Straight like that. Yeah. You might as well have just looked at him as an officer, man, because that's how he moved on there. Every officer on there respect him. You had officers that feared, you know, running afoul of him. They feared messing with him or giving him a charge or doing anything to him because they knew, first of all, he couldn't even get a charge. He couldn't even receive a charge on Nottoway. New officers and stuff that was green and just starting there, they may look at him was you know, jealous or, you know, like, who is this? Just an inmate or try to... Nah, they quickly learned and swiftly learned that you better not mess with Teddy Bear. Straight like that, because that's the power he had on the institution. That's the confidence they had in him. And he was multi-talented as far as like doing whatever he did as they delegated as his job. Paperwork, you know, getting people moved, you know what I'm saying, suggesting moves, making moves, filling out rosters, you know, filling out calendars. He did it all. he did it all. You might as well have called him, you know, like say the third warden on Nottoway, man. And people used to say that as a joke, but they ain't say it to his they ain't say it to his face. But you know, they'll say it whenever he might come in. Teddy Bear might come in from the building. He might come in the building at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, 12, 11 at night. Whenever he want, come in, get him something to eat or something, turn around and tell the people open the side door and walk right back out just like he was a CO. Yeah, and dudes might see him come in, man, say, the warden coming. Everybody look over to the door, come in, it's Teddy Bear. You know what I'm saying? It's Teddy Bear. Yes, this is true stories. These are facts. Anybody who's on Nottoway would tell you that what I'm speaking is pure facts. You know, I'm a truth teller. I'm telling you the straight truth. You may not believe this stuff or understand this stuff, but this is real life penitentiary. This is the position he put himself in. How he got there, I don't know. But that's the power that he had on that institution where he could do whatever he wanted to do when he wanted to do it. So much so that he got so comfortable and felt so good on it that the man didn't even want to go home. He didn't even want to go home. This had became his family opposed to his family on the street because he'd been with these people longer than he'd been with his people on the street. That's what you call ultimate institutionalized. Institutionalized. Where you got so comfortable within this hellhole that you don't even want to go back to society. You don't even want to go to the street. I think them people was forcing him to leave. They was telling him, man, you gotta take this parole, man. You know, because he, to my understanding, he wouldn't even go up. So usually when you don't even go up for parole, the people automatically gonna deny you because they looking for a reason to deny you anyway. But when you're showing no interest in going up at all, then that's even make their job, you know, even more easy. Okay, he ain't even come in the hearing, so denied. He ain't even denied, you know. But I think it got to the point so much that he had been locked up so long and he ain't never getting no charges. So it was even harder for them to deny him, even if he showed up or not. How can you justify denying? Man might not have had a charge in 20, 30 years and you keep turning them down for parole. So it got even harder for them. So I think 1 year that he went up and then he didn't even go up at all, but it was his time to go up, but he never even showed up. They still gave him parole. And he was shocked. And to my understanding what the rumor was, he still ain't even want to accept it because you got to accept parole. I heard the administration had to talk him into accepting the parole. And this the crazy part about it is he did so much time and he did so much time there on Nottoway and was in so much power. When he did end up taking the parole, they say he went home and he ain't even stay alive more than 2 or 3 months and he passed away. Passed away, man. You know? So whether that was a result of, you know, him leaving and going out there and couldn't transition or whatever, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But to my understanding, he just passed away. It was like heart failure or something. He just passed away. But when he was in that penitentiary, he moved around like he wanted, when he wanted, as if nothing was wrong with him. Nothing, not a thing in the world. And then seemingly as soon as he go home, then his health, you know, just deteriorated that fast and he passed away. Because I remember when the word came back in there, they said, man, Teddy Bear went home. Everybody was shocked that he was even gone. It ain't going to be no more Teddy Bears. I can tell you that right now. There's a whole lot of hopping Bobs who probably want to take his place. But to be able to get to the heights that he was at and do the things that he was able to do, I've never seen that on the institution, no matter who it was. Even the hopping Bobs I've been around that had power ain't never had power like Teddy Bear had power. Never had that type of power. Even Johnny Nelson had power when he was on his own, when he won't with that administration stuff like on Mecklenburg, he had superpower, you know, but not like Teddy. Not like Teddy. Teddy had real power. You know, when you got a office in the administration building, where no one is over there but the hierarchy of the institution, the majors, the wardens, assistant wardens, the unit managers, the lieutenants and captains, and you got an office over there, man, come on there. Come on. And he locked up. Convicted, whatever he was, never knew what his charge was, had rumors, but I don't even want to say it because I don't know. But It was fact that he had all that power on that institution. And anybody that came on there that did not know it, they learned the hard way. Smile out the mouth, threaten him, come at him foul, any of that, crucified. You're going to jail, guaranteed, you know, and your hopes is not to go there and get punished by them police for even messing with them. You know, on sale, you know, I ain't had to be in there doing count or nothing. Count is the most important thing in prison. They count every day, 3-4 times a day, and you got to be accountable in that cell, and they got to know who you are, and where you sleep at. All of that is documented. Teddy Bear ain't even had to be in the cell. Teddy Bear might be over there with the administration when they count. Period. Yeah. So, you know, prison, man, like I say, is different, man. It's different, and it started changing and the evolution as I went on year after year, decade after decade. The penitentiary started shifting and changing right before your eyes. If you didn't keep your eyes open or you didn't pay attention, you would miss it. But being that I had been in there so long, I could see the transformation. I could see the difference in the way dudes act. I could see the difference in the way inmates act. I could see the difference in the way the administration act, the COs act. Everything started getting more and more condensed. And then when the gangs came in and stuff like that, it even got more and more tighter and more condensed. And you know, it's just nowhere to be. It was nowhere to be when I first went in there. It's even more nowhere to be this day in 2022. You know, I still talk to dudes every week, every day from one prison or another. They reach out to me, my brothers, my comrades, salute, free all my soldiers. But it's getting worse. You know what I'm saying? It's getting worse and worse in prison, man. And that's why I tell these stories and I try to inform y'all, and I especially try to inform these young dudes. Man, don't give your life away to this slavery that's waiting for you over there. They waiting for you. They need you to fill up them beds. They need you to keep them jobs. They need you to have somebody that they can take all of their anger and frustration out on that they can't do out here in society. Because it's free in there. You know, they can beat you for free. They can abuse you for free. You know, they can drag you for free where it don't cost them nothing and they ain't going to be penalized not one iota. Please believe that. Please believe that. So don't submit to that foolishness, man, out here on the street. You know, you want to be a gangster, you want to be a robber, you want to be a drug dealer, you want to be a killer. They waiting for you. They waiting for you. They praying and hoping that that's what you want to be, you know, because you going to employ them. You going to pay for their cars. You going to pay their rent. You going to pay their mortgage. They praying that you out here want to be that. You understand me? Man, don't fall for it. Please don't fall for it. I'm telling you real talk, man, because it ain't nothing over there that you want to experience. The only way you want to experience what I'm talking about is right here listening to it. Right here listening to it. You don't want to actually be in it. You know how you watch a movie and you see all this craziness and you love to watch the movie, but you don't want to be in it. You know what I'm saying? That's what prison is like. You don't want to be in it. I didn't want to be in it, you know, but I had no choice because I made ill decisions. That's why I'm telling y'all, that's why I always say, be smart, be safe, make good decisions, man. Don't let nobody but yourself determine what your destiny gonna be, what your future gonna be. And you don't let nobody trick you up off of these streets, man, because it's pure, chaotic, vicious hell in there. That's what it is. And it's getting worse, worse, and worse. By the years, by the decades, it's getting worse. I believe before long it's going to be, the whole prison system going to be 23-1 where they ain't even going to be having no wreck. They ain't even going to have nobody coming out. And if you do, you're going to be going in these little dog cages that they got built for us. You know, a little cubicle. And then you're going to be going out there for an hour and right back up in your cell. You know, they might eventually take the TVs where you just sitting in there with another dude talking about nothing. Talking about what could have been, what you did have, what you used to do. While everybody else out here gonna still have that, gonna still be doing that. You know, as I said in the last video, do you want to be the person accepting the call? or you want to be the person making a collect call home, asking what everybody doing, hearing how they living, hearing about the fun, hearing about the vacations, hearing about the new clothes, hearing about the new house, hearing about the new car, or you want to be out here with all of that, watching your kids grow up, watching your grandkids grow up, you know. That's the type of stuff we missing, man, when we throw our life away, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to drop that on y'all, man. Y'all know I'm sick, but I'm fighting for y'all. You understand me? I'm fighting for you. I'm rumbling. You can't hold me down long. Y'all know I'm hard to kill now. They tried for 33 years, and I still live. I'm still here. So, you know, this virus, or corona, whatever you want to call it, the coronavirus, whatever it is, COVID, man, it can't do nothing. It's gonna hold me down for a second. I'll bounce back. Always do. Appreciate the love, man. I appreciate all the support, all the well wishes. Y'all be safe out there, man. Be smart, man. Make good decisions. Man, I'll be back with you in a minute, man. Y'all just share these videos, spread these videos around, man. Make sure a young person heard this video. And like I told y'all, man, we on the road to 100K. Come on, let's get it, man. Let's get it. We pushing this content out here, this good positive energy every day. Let's spread the word, man. Tell a friend. I told you I challenge each and every one of y'all, if you subscribe, to get somebody else to subscribe. And then tell them to do the same. And next thing you know, we at 100, 200, 300K. We at 1 million, and we reaching the whole world. That's what we trying to do over here on Team Banky Pound. So is you with me? Huh? Holla if you heard me, man. Let's go, man. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all out there, man. Y'all stay tuned. I'll be back with you in a minute. I'll snap back in a minute. Promise you that. Getting better every day. Feeling stronger every day. So everything will be all right. Y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. And duck that hook.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.